HPE 能助力企业加快创新的脚步和缩短价值产出所需的时间，并透过 Hybrid IT、Intelligent Edge、Services 3大途径，协助您最佳化既有的环境。在我们进入今天的丰富议程之前，我们邀请现场所有的与会嘉宾一同来欣赏 Hewlett Packard Enterprise 所特别为您准备的精彩影片。
We stand at the apex of digital transformation. We see a world where everything computes. Situation-aware apps give rise to intelligent spaces. Spaces that see, hear, and serve. Reality is being sensed. Machines are learning. And decisions are being made with increasing autonomy, enabling a safer, more efficient, and better connected world. We see hybrid IT, where businesses can learn the facts of their environment from multiple dimensions in real time and can reliably analyze that data in the right way to compute the connections that educate us, that elevate us across all industries, creating billions of new touch points and a new paradigms where memory-driven computing shapes the future. Hewlett Packard Enterprise creates the right mix for your business, from core to cloud to edge, so that everything computes.
Now, let's welcome Mr. John Wang, Managing Director, Hewlett Packard Enterprise Taiwan, to the stage for opening keynote. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause to welcome John. 请各位热情掌声欢迎王董事长。
各位尊敬的来宾，各位伙伴，大家好。
好。
那非常谢谢各位光临哦。那其实各位都知道。就像 Dickens 在这个《双城记》一开始讲哦，现在是个最好的时代，也是个坏的时代哦，是个光明的时代，也是个黑暗时代。怎么说呢？昨天早上呢，事实上我带着我们国外的专家去拜访这个政府的部门，他们有提到说，只要你的专案里面有 AI、有 IoT、有这个，你大概你的专案都会被准的哦。所以在这个时代里面 ，AI、IoT 哦这些 project 事实上掌握了所有的话语权哦。那我们有很多专案可以去做。但是晚上呢，我参加一个 CIO 的 dinner， 这个 CIO 告诉我说，像我告诉你哦，我的老板告诉我，现在所有新的 technology 100天你要给我做出来，不管是 P2P， 不管是 AI， 你只有100天的时间。所以我想对 CIO 来讲，这是一个好的时代，也是个坏的时代啊。一方面你有这么多的机会，但对 vendor 来讲也是一样啊。我想 Reimagine 最主要的想法就是希望利用这个机会，哦，那我们这一次的这个盛会里面，其实我们找到非常好的，给大家有史以来我们最好一次的这个 seminar 啊。我们从国外找来我们最好的 CTO， 好，我们 region 的 HIT 的这个 CTO， 我们 HPE Lab 的专家，还有将近10几个 section 哦。那我们的 partner， 我们有人脸辨识，有这个 VR。我希望各位今天好好享受这个盛会。我们在开始之前呢，我要跟各位 share 一下到底 HPE 的策略在哪里。我想我们可以看看哦，过去几年，从2007年开始，我想2008年的时候是 Airbnb，2009大概是这个 Uber 开始创立这个在 cloud 里面去经营不同的这个网络的事业。哦，我想在2015年开始，几乎我想所有的云端的这种 platform 啊 ecosystem 几乎都建立了，不管是 AWS 或是 Google， 我想在市场上云端已经不像以前那样是觉得你可触不可及。哦，事实上，在 IDC 的这个survey里面，大概在2022年开始，70% 的 commercial application 都会是这种不要用 agile 服务的方式，会有很多 AI 的 engine 在里面。各位75%哦，那面对这样的变化，我们要准备什么？各位看到，在云端的运用，我们在这个2017年有110个 billion 的产值，哦，大概只有35% 用 cloud， 这边 cloud 包括说我们的 public 跟 private。哦，但是到2022年有47% 会用这个cloud， 这里面可能是有的是 public， 有的是 private， 这样一个表现。但事实上， 你看整个产值其实是增加的哈。那这点反映在我们的业绩上面，也就是说新的应用增加了，不管你在 on-premise 或在这个 cloud 上面，你的整个应用增加，但是你的使用也会增加。但是对 CIO 来讲，对 CEO 来讲，我怎么去应用这些新的 technology， 让我的这个企业竞争力更强？我想这是一个很重要的话题。OK， 我想这个图大家已经看过很多次，我不再多说哈。右边就是我们的 Hybrid IT， 我们怎么让 Hybrid IT simple？ 左边是我们怎么让我们的 Edge 的这个Internet Edge 我们更 powerful。那我想中间就是我们要提供很多的 professional services 我们的 PointNext 或者是我们的 partner 那 HPE 3个字大概代表这三个策略我们怎么样让我们这个东西做得更加简化、更 powerful？ 所以呢，事实上在 Hybrid IT 的策略里面 ，HPE 非常 focus。我们事实上2件事要做得好。第一个是我们怎么样在 multiple cloud management 上面，我们怎么样更 simplify， 让我们的客户可以更容易的在我的 public 跟 hybrid 这边做一个好的管理。我不管我要上 AWS， 我要上 Google， 我都可以很轻易的选择。第二个是我怎么在 on-premise 部分，我怎么更 simplify？ 各位，未来的 data center 它所有的管理跟处理，它都是 software define， 它是 hyper converge。它是 composable， 它是组合的，你可以随时要这样的处理资源、计算资源、储存资源、网络资源，你可以要到。那这个是 HPE 的这个主要的 focus 跟投资策略。那当然，在整个 Hybrid IT 里面，我想我们已经大概喊了2年现在 picture 是越来越清楚。这是我们的一个 blueprint， 就是说，将来在 multiple cloud 里面，我们会透过我们的 partner service 或是这些 public cloud， 我们协助我们的客户。协助你们怎么去做 advisory， 怎么定 cloud 的策略，那帮你们做管理。同样呢，我们在你的 data center 里面，我们建立这个 software define 的这个 data center， 在 multiple cloud management 上面呢，我们其实有很多东西可以帮你们做规划，包括说 application 将来的 portfolio 怎么去管理，你的 marketplace 怎么做管理，你将来甚至你的 costing、你的 metering 你怎么做？我想上 cloud 以后，说真的，如果你有不同的 workload， 你采用不同的 subscribe 不同的 services。价钱是不一样的，但是你怎么样去做最好的这个包括 data security， 包括 data portable、application portable，那 HP 事实上我们事实上在这个做法上，我们是acquire了一些好的 consulting firm 进来，协助我们的客户去做这样的一个永远改变。那当然，我们的 Intelligent Edge， 我想上个礼拜可能很多人去曼谷，我们事实上在曼谷办了一个这个阿鲁巴的一个大会那里面强调的是什么？强调事实上就是user experience， 我们怎么样建立一个好的一个 user experience？ 从我们的这个不管是你的工作环境、你的 workforce， 你的整个 wireless environment， 让你的 user 可以在 no touch base 下建立一个比较自动化、比较 AI 的环境，让你的这个 workforce productivity 提高。这个部分我们事实上有更多的这个运用跟体验在里面。OK。各位知道，其实我很喜欢跑马拉松啦，我不是那么这个跑得非常好，但是我很喜欢跑步。有人问我说，跑步最重要的成功要素是什么？我觉得有2个因素啊，一个是不是只有意志力啊，还有不断练习跟执行那当然 ，HPE 有好的策略，那你怎么样的？我们有一个很大强项是，我们有很好的 use case。所谓 use case 说，你在不同的行业里面，你可以不断的去练习，不断的去试验，提供我们客户很好的经验。那这里面包括说，我们帮桃园市政府建立 AIoT， 我们怎么整合这个5个 sensor， 我们怎么透过 IoT， 怎么做 security， 怎么做传输，我们建立一个 end-to-end 的 solution。这样的 end-to-end solution 在所有的 IoT 的 application， 不管是在制造业、在金融业，其实都可以这样运用。当然，我们也做了很多的这个data center 的自动化，包括是在远传电信，我们做了这个Docker container 的这个自动化。将来我们的环境会进入 DevOps。会让我们的客户在开发这个应用环境的时候，会更加的 agile， 更加的容易。那在 Intelligent Edge 部分，我想不管是麦当劳、信义房屋，事实上都 adopt 我们这个 wireless technology。事实上在全台湾最大的这个会计事务所 Deloitte，事实上它也是用我们的 wireless 建立整个这个没有这个 fixed line 的一个工作环境。这个是 HPE 在我们的这个整个 strategy 上的一个实现。我想最后我想跟各位做个 summary 是我想过去1年我想还是非常谢谢各位客户跟 partner 过去1年其实 HPE 做了很多的改变那当然我们一直在执行我们的策略。那过去3个 quarter 里面我们有2个 quarter 我们实际上是得到亚太区 best country 那其实过去1年，我们其实有很多的这个策略的改变、组织的改变，我们做一些人员流失。当时我们害很多新的人进来，那我想有这样的成就，我要非常谢谢在座非常这个好的客户，还有非常尊敬的这个伙伴那接下来呢，我会把时间交给后面的 speaker 我要介绍我的这个好朋友这个 Dr. Go 那 Dr. Go 事实上他在2005年的时候被选为全球25大这个 technology 有影响力的人那后来他还组织了很多 NASA 的一些 project。我们今天其实非常感谢他，因为他事实上是在日本、新加坡、美国之间的这个 travel 里面，我们硬挤到这个时间来那我想也请各位热烈的掌声欢迎 Dr. Go。
Welcome， 谢谢。And now we are going to proceed the first keynote, application of HPC and AI in industry data as a defensible asset for cohesion and federation. Let's welcome Dr. Go, Vice President, Chief Technology Officer, High Performance Computing and Artificial Intelligence, Hewlett Packard Enterprise, to give us a presentation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause to welcome Dr. Go. 欢迎。
Thank you. 谢谢董事长 John. I will use English to give my talk today. And first, I would like to thank all of you all for your good support. John did very well last year in business, and it is because of your. Today, I would like to introduce to you artificial intelligence and how HPE will carry forward with our customers this new world. I start by showing you how I have lived for 30 years in prediction. First, we have always built the model based on laws or rules. Rules would be where we call in a person that is an expert, ask him all the questions about his expertise, and then write down all his knowledge, and then create a set of rules to make prediction. Then in the hope that when we send in today's condition, we can predict tomorrow. This is how we have built our computers for prediction for many, many years. Let me give you one example so that everybody can hopefully enjoy on how we use laws and rules. NASA, when they plan a trip from Mars to Earth, or Earth to Mars, Earth is the blue circle, and Mars is the red circle. And when they plan this trip, they have to figure out a trajectory so that ultimately when you travel, you will reach Mars. You don't go straight line. What law do they use to calculate this path? It turns out that they still use the 300-year-old, 300-year-old Newton's equation. That's the law. It has worked for all the space travel so far, and apparently it will work for all the planets in our solar system. Imagine, Newton is so smart. For 300 years, NASA is still using it. Except for Mercury, apparently. Because Mercury is too close to the sun, and it distorts space-time, so you cannot use Newton equation, but you have to switch to Einstein equation. But that's for another day. So law. Basically, we put the Newton's law into that box as an equation, and then we predict where Mars will be 6 months from now. So if NCHC builds a supercomputer, most of the calculation is done using this method. How about rules? Stock market use rules. How do they write a computer program to predict whether the computer should buy the stock or sell the stock without human? When I was in Wall Street, I discovered that it's actually quite simple. One of the ways they do it is if the 50-day short-term moving average cuts over the 200-day long-term moving average. Don't talk to a human. Go ahead and buy. I actually found out it's quite simple, except that every different trader will use their own secret sauce. Like, for example, don't buy if it is a Friday and if it's raining, for example. 如果下雨的话，不买。Yeah. So this is rules. This one, they talk to a trader that have 30 years, 30年的 experience, right? Okay, 你每天, every day you buy and sell. What do you do? What help you decide? I'm going to write it down. And then I create a computer program to replicate the expert rules. But 3 to 5 years ago, something changed. Something on the right. It turns out that some of these people who do prediction has moved away and not just use rules and laws, but history. They create models that don't want to know about rules, don't want to know about law. Just show me your history, and I'll try to predict your future. That's the new machine learning approach. So when I saw this, I went back to my lab and I asked my engineer to try something because I needed to believe that this can work. No laws, no rules, just history. So I asked my engineer to predict for me whether it will rain tomorrow at San Francisco Airport. It could be just as good as Taoyuan Airport, right? But for now, my experiment was San Francisco Airport. And I told my engineer, no laws, no rules, don't talk to 气象机, right? All you have is 40年 of weather reports. No laws, no rules, no 气象机. Just use 40 years of weather reports, study it with a machine, and see if you can predict whether it will rain tomorrow. So she took the 10 things in the weather reports, and how do you write a program to do this? How do you write a program to take history and eventually be able to predict the future? Well, she gave it all adjustable dials, set to 0 to start with. Maybe set to 10% to start with. And then send in the first day of the 40 years. 40 years, 15,000 days. Send in the first day, predict, see whether you got it right. If wrong, adjust the dials. Second day, wrong, adjust the dials. Third day, adjust the dials. 10 days, 100 days, 1,000 days, 10,000 days, 15,000 days, he got this. The machine has learned. 机器已经学了. This ranking is predicting today whether it will rain tomorrow at San Francisco Airport, 82% accurate. No laws, no rules, no 气象机. Right? The information, right? So, now, not as good as 气象机 prediction of 95%. Of course. But easy and fast, albeit with lower precision. This is machine learning. And machine learn to be artificially intelligent. Essentially, just keep trying. Because you have a lot of data to try. Because now you have a lot of data to try. So keep trying. But of course, with respect to Jason, we still need good data scientists to try in a smart way. This is the new world. Both are important. We cannot do away with the gold standard of laws and rules. This is still going to be the way. The Jixiangji people will still be ultimately most important, but they are starting to use this new method also, based on history. This will be the new world we will live in when we make predictions. The new AI world. I will complete this introduction part of my talk with everything put on a piece of paper so that you all can at least have a look at the landscape. Don't worry if you do not understand all the terms. I just put it down. For those who understand it, good for you. For those who don't understand, at least you know the whole picture. So, there is the top-down way, which is based on laws and rules. And there is a bottom-up way, which is just based on history. Let's focus on the bottom-up way, based on history. Typically, in prediction, there are two ways you want to predict. One, predict a point. For example, how much will be the stock price tomorrow? Predict a point. Predict a category is slightly different. It is, should I buy or sell the stock tomorrow? It's a different question. In predicting a point, they typically use the method called regression. Don't worry about that term. All it is take all your history of points, put it on a piece of paper, and then you try to draw one straight line that somehow is good for all the points. Regression. And then when you extend the line, that's your prediction. So don't worry. All these terms are used to worry you all. No, don't. Just treat them as names to be used for description. Now, predict category is the big one. If your history is well labeled, this is a cat, this is a bird, this is a tree. You have pictures and you have label. Very well labeled and accurate. This is called supervised learning. If no label, problem for the computer, but still possible. You have pictures of trees, you have pictures of cats, you have pictures of birds, but no names. So you have to use unsupervised learning. Tougher for the computer. And then finally, you got reinforcement learning, which is no history, just two machines keep playing. Play in a very naive way, never mind, just play. Play 100 times, million times, trillion times, eventually you get smart. Keep trying. Reinforcement learning. And I close this session with this last column. Don't worry if you don't like the last column, just close your eyes, yeah? It is just different ways of implementing machine learning. The actual names. Don't worry about this last column, right? Your data scientists will know how to use it. But after you have this chart, at least what the data scientists say, you at least understand where they sit. Yeah? Deep learning is the most popular. You will hear that. But sometimes you will use decision tree when the number of records in your data is very few. If you have a lot, you use deep learning. If you have few, data scientists will switch to random forest. You would use SVM, your data scientists will use SVM if your data has many columns, because many columns stress the neural network, deep learning. So just different ways of implementing machine learning, leave it to your data scientists. There are different reasons they use different things. But this is the landscape. So the next time your data scientists talk to you, at least you understand. Okay? And I close this part with people ask me, what is a neural network? Yeah? What is a neural network? This next slide, again, you can close your eyes if you don't like it. It's just a bunch of dots and lines. Don't worry. Different neural networks connected differently, they call it different names. Huh? It's just a deep neural network is when it is very long. Yeah? So don't worry. Yeah? And each line connecting two dots is a dial. Do our customers use all this? Yes. The biggest one is visual. 10 million cameras in a city. How do you identify someone? How do you count how many people are there in the video? Is the person in the video smiling or angry? These are some of the things that a neural network can do with visual. The world got together to say, let's build the world's best neural network to detect things in the picture. They got together to put 14 million images to say, I got 14 million images. Everybody come and compete who can identify things in the 14 million images the best. 2010, 2011, the machine was making 25% error using rules. Humans were much better. They were only making 5% error. B's is for brain. The machine could identify paint brushes very well here, but the machine is not good here, confused. People were better. The machine could identify sunflowers here very good, but the machine was confused here. Yeah, maybe because the machine think this picture is more about butterfly than sunflower. Maybe because the machine thinks this picture is more about sky than sunflower. Yeah. So the world decided, I better change to deep learning. And they got 15% improvement. And by last year, 2% error. So the accuracy now is very good compared to human in identifying things in images. But please remember, %2 error is not 0% error. So if you put this in an autonomous car, don't expect it to be perfect. Yeah. So things to note. That's why once you understand all this, you start to understand the problem the auto industry has. But the public expects it to be perfect. Right? Early implementation is in farming. Good for us. When these farm combines in the US go over farms and they spray herbicide, John, a herbicide in Mandarin, how do you say? 杀虫，不是杀虫的杀 weed， 是杀 weed， kill weeds， 除草剂 right? They spray the entire crop field, all. So 2 Stanford University students, after attending a neural network course, took out their cell phone, went to the farm, took picture, crop, weed label, crop label. After 100,000 images, sold it to this farm combine company. Now they do this. No more spray the entire field. Just squirt. Crop, don't squirt. Weed, squirt. Crop, don't squirt. Weed, squirt. Can see the blue streak? 90% reduction in herbicide use. good for us, good for the farmer, save cost, good for the farm, good for earth. They are even thinking now they can sell the cabbage or lettuce in the supermarket and label it herbicide-free. Because the herbicide is avoiding the crop. Now you can see the implication of machine being able to identify images very well at good accuracy. Yeah. First application, medical images. Speak to Jason. He has implemented medical imaging automated tools and such like. Another area, audio. Big market. The biggest one, many of you will have call centers, and you have, with permission, recorded the conversation with your customer, and the recording is sitting there doing not much. Very likely. Is it possible, with permission, to convert all the recordings into text and then do analysis to improve your customer relationship and to improve your product? Is it possible? Many are thinking this way. Microsoft announced that their English to Mandarin translator has improved to professional translation standard already. I use it myself, John and the team tells me never to do a live demo on stage, but please excuse me if it doesn't work. I took a taxi to the airport and got an earlier flight. See, it doesn't want to work. Let me try again, okay? Yeah. Okay. I took a taxi to the airport and got an earlier flight.
我乘计程车去机场，并得到了更早的航班。
Yeah, right. So it did a few things on this system, right? One, it converted my voice to English text, transcription. Then it did the English text to Mandarin text, translation. Then it read it out with pretty good ink, right? And it's all done within that loop. So understand the implication of this tool. Real-time translator, I still prefer people because there's someone responsible. But batch translation, use this. Put your 10,000 hours of recording through with permission, and then see if it's useful for you when it's in text. Anomaly, big one, to detect for cyber defense, to detect if there is behavior that is not normal in your network. You can see hybrid IT and intelligent edge. We have one product called Introspect that watches the entire network for not normal behavior. So Introspect is trained with historical data of normal behavior. 1 month, 3 months normal, 6 months normal, 1 year normal. After that, it goes out and looks for abnormal behavior. And in this case, Introspect uses all these things. Because some of the data has less records, some of the data has lots of records, some of the data has lots of columns. It uses all these things to make Introspect smart about detecting where in the network I should tell the administrator to zoom in on. Yeah. Connected car, another big area. Not autonomous car, which we leave it to the Ford, GM, Toyota of the world. We focus on connecting the cars. Lots of sensors and compute power on the car, collect data, and also as a swarm. That means you can be, if with permission, connect to your neighboring cars. So that if the car ahead sees something, a pothole on the road, you can be flagged. something that did not show up on Google Earth, the car in front saw it. And immediately on your dashboard, you see it. Example like this. The car collects information about its own health, and by the time you arrive at the workshop, you don't need to even talk to the technician. Technician downloads the data with permission, and he knows what to fix. This is the thinking of connected car. Autonomous data centers. How to make your data center, your systems, work by themselves. Don't have to spend too much human involvement. That's the goal of the product called InfoSight. You will hear more about it from Paul. And in the InfoSight case, it uses all that. You see, these are just all the different methods that Jason and the data scientist team would try and understand what to use best, to detect best. And then finally, adversary. This one is new. A lot of people in AI have not started in this area, but we believe it is important. Why? All this above adversary assumes that your opponent is passive. The last one here assumes that your opponent is constantly trying to cheat you. Cyber defense, modern cyber defense. Your opponent is not just coming into your network, but it's actively changing itself to avoid detection. How do you build an AI software for that? We decided, let's have a look. Formula One racing, opponent, constantly changing. How long does it take to swap a tire? 2 seconds. You can see a very satisfied person. You can see he's very satisfied. Yeah. It takes only 2 seconds to change the 4 tires in Formula One, but it is still too long. Because by the time you go in, 2 seconds, everybody is going past you. So they have to create a strategy to decide, my opponent has just done the changing of tires. Should I change now? So constantly trying to figure out changing decisions of your opponent and then adapting to it. Just like cyber defense, when you have an active opponent. So we decided on games. Because this is like an active opponent that you're competing against. So IBM beat the world top chess player in 97. Fewer people know that in 95, University of Alberta wrote a piece of software to beat the world top checkers player. And if you are a computer science student, in the past, you would have been given this homework by your teacher, because the teacher can then check your answer exhaustively. With only 10 to the power 3, there's only 1,000 combinations to check your answer. Here, too big. Let alone AlphaGo. Crazy big number. Cannot be solved exhaustively, no. You have to use deep learning. This is what they did. And in AlphaGo 0, reinforcement learning. So HPE has to decide what we do. So this is Google, this is IBM. What does HPE do? Controversial. We decided for poker. I was a bit nervous when I proposed the idea. We work with Carnegie Mellon University to build a poker software to compete against opponents in poker because I believe poker has a lot more applications because poker, not like here, 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 and here. Poker, you don't know your opponent's cards, hidden from you. In chess, you can see your opponent's card. In Go, you can see your opponent's pieces. Poker, your opponent hide the card from you. 1. 2, your opponent is constantly trying to deceive you. So we thought if we can build a poker software that can beat the world top poker player, it would be quite good. Together with Carnegie Mellon University, Professor Sandholm, we went to the casino. This is one of the 4 top poker players. This is us, very innocent looking, except that there is a cable going to the back, supercomputer. 2005, we lost $700,000. 70万美金 we lost. Yeah, it was tough to report it. It's virtual money, but it's still tough to report it, right? We asked the top 4 poker players, what was it about our software that the poker players managed to figure out and win over it? You know what they said? It did not bluff very well. Yeah, is there what's the Mandarin term for bluff? Huh? Who run in the poker? It did not who run very well. Okay, we went back. 1年时间, in 1 year, we built a bigger machine. Reinforcement learning on bluffing. Reinforcement learning on bluffing. 1 year. Came back 2017, we won $1.7 million. Yeah. Until today, this software has not been beaten by any poker player. It was invited even to China to compete against the top poker players there. No one beat it. Imagine this software converted into a business negotiation software. Imagine the implication in the future. Yeah? That's why Formula One racing is so sophisticated now, because they have tools to assist them to constantly adapt based on the changing decision of the opponent. Big changes coming along. That's the supercomputer. Yeah, it costs $10 million, but it will be cheaper in the future. It is made up of GPUs, and it's made up of CPUs. In a certain combination that suits this poker system. So we specialize in building AI system to make sure your training is fast. We have to rely on you to have good data, but our responsibility is make sure that when your data comes, the machine will learn quickly. Humans go to 1年级, then after 20 years, then get a PhD. Would it be good if you go in the morning 1年级, 下午回来就有文凭? This is the vision. In 1 day, get a machine to learn to be smart enough to be useful. Scalable learning. That's Professor Sandholm on the right. He's the person credited with writing this software. We just provided the hardware, mainly to make sure that his software runs fast in learning. I close this session by giving you the landscape of all the new processors that will be coming out to make AI faster. So we know that CPU from Intel and others are there. We know NVIDIA is very popular with the GPUs in deep learning, but there are others coming. The 2 are the hottest right now, but there are others coming. It is good to know them. There is the NEC vector processor from Japan. There is also the TPU from Google. For now, you cannot buy it yet, but you can go cloud service it. There is also the FPGA that Microsoft and Intel is encouraging because it is more flexible. And then in Silicon Valley, lots of new startup for neuromorphic chips that build the CPU like as though it looks like the brain on the inside. Lots of dots and line, dots and line, dots and line, neural network. How do we build a system that can accept all these chips? We developed a new platform called Apollo 6500 Gen 10. Talk to Dong Si-chang John, his team will describe more for you. Basically, the unique thing about this is that you can embed the processors in there, or you can have flexible cards, vector cards, FPGA cards, TPU cards, GPU cards in there. Because our customers want to try everything and find the best. And then we won't cover quantum chips for now, for next time when I come back. Yeah? I close this session with the strategy. If you are the CIO, if you are the CTO, if you are the CEO, or if you are in charge of data science, the most important thing, you can forget everything I said today, but most important thing is your data strategy. Because without data, machine cannot be smart. Because it just relies on history. No laws, no rules, right? Most important, retain your data if you are legally allowed to. Don't throw it away. Convince your management, if you want to be competitive for the future, for budget, to store data instead of deleting it. 2, if you have lots of data retained, if it is 乱七八糟, all in a mess, also no use. You have to curate it. You have to take care of it, label it, organize it, constantly refresh it, check it, so that when you need to train a machine, all the data is there, available quickly. Jason, who is going to come up and talk to you later, will tell you 80% of his time is spent cleaning data before a machine can start learning. And then finally, federate means by now, your organization will likely have siloed data. This department in charge of this data. This department in charge of this data. This department in charge of this data. You must find a way to federate across all the silo because you want the machine to be smart, to see more things. Very likely, matured organizations have siloed data. But startups have no siloed data. If you want to compete with them, at the very least, you federate. 3 things: retain, curate, federate, to be competitive going forward in the new future, in the future that includes artificial intelligence, for the strength of your companies. I close this session with how you're going to do this. On top is your machine learning framework. Your data scientists will be working on that on top. Here. Then comes the servers. Hopefully, we supply it. Then comes your different high-performance storage. These are all the different high-performance storage. And then finally comes your low-performance but high-capacity storage. So, high-performance storage, but very expensive. Low-performance storage, much cheaper, big capacity. You will need something in between to curate and federate all your data in an organized way. And this is why we have built the data management framework, DMF, for artificial intelligence. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope it has been useful. And I would like to end my session by showing you what could be it for systems that have gone from machine learning to artificial intelligence. And then when you give the artificial intelligence system the ability to act on its own, it becomes an autonomous system. Machine learning, artificial intelligence, autonomous, like a robot. Oh, never mind, I keep going. There's work to do, let's pick it up. Not very nice. Who felt a bit bad for the robot? Yeah. Don't worry. 1 year later, it was doing this. Yeah. And then 1 year after that, it was doing this. All right. Thank you very much, for your attention. Thank you.
Thanks, Dr. Go, for his wonderful speech. 谢谢 Dr. Go 为我们带来的精彩分享。And next, we are going to proceed the second keynote, Hybrid IT from HPE, advancing the way we live and work. We have invited Mr. Paul Haverfield, Hybrid IT CTO, Asia Pacific, Hewlett Packard Enterprise, to give us the presentation. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause to welcome Mr. Paul Haverfield. 让我们热情掌声欢迎 Paul， 欢迎 ，Welcome。
早上好。
好。
你好。Like Dr. Go, I also choose to deliver my keynote in English, and thank you for your understanding. First of all, on behalf of our entire Asia Pacific HPE management team, I would like to thank you for your business, thank you for your loyalty, thank you for your trust in HPE to support your organization, your business, your public utilities endeavor to help you achieve probably a purpose which is very, very similar to HPE. To advance the way people work and live. Right now in 2018, this is my 33rd year in IT, 33 years in IT, my career. And I honestly, passionately believe it's the most exciting times. So not only do we have robots like Atlas that you just saw, who can, jump off a box on stage and do a somersault. I was practicing that earlier this morning in my hotel room, but I just wasn't very good on the landing, so I decided not to do it again in front of you. But not only do we have that sort of technology, we have a huge array of really exciting, transformational technology which really, truly does advance the way that people live and work. And at HPE, our primary focus, our primary purpose is to take technology and help you apply it. Help you apply it to your business, your organization, and government enterprise to help the way people live and work and advance that. A really good example of that, as well as the 4 examples here I'll briefly walk through, a good example of that was in Dr. Goh's presentation, HPE choosing to challenge poker and have a computer versus a human being to play poker. And we chose that problem not because it was difficult, we chose that problem because it has application to the business world, dealing with imperfect information. And that's what we are continuously looking for. What's the technology application that can improve the way people live and work? Just 4 simple examples here. Taking digital technology to the new Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in the UK. Creating a digital experience and digital engagement approach for a football stadium and the customers that attend to watch a football game. Bringing digital technologies to the workplace to create a much more seamless and harmonious experience in your work environment, to help you engage with your peers, your team members, in a way that actually promotes communication and promotes information sharing. A lot of the technologies that you just heard Dr. Goh talk about, we are also helping to apply in the healthcare business. We're helping companies to find cures, solutions for diseases and problem situations affecting our parents, our brothers and sisters, and our dearest friends. And we're also advancing research. We have a supercomputer right now up on the International Space Station, which is simulating a trip to Mars. It takes approximately 1 year, I believe, to reach Mars. You might remember that opening slide Dr. Goh showed with the trajectory spinning off the arc from Earth. It takes approximately 1 year for that journey. So we have a supercomputer right now on the International Space Station simulating what that 1 year in space looks like. To do this, we need computational technology. We need technology to process what is becoming and what is the new currency of business and the currency of engaging with customers. Data. Data is the future. The better quality data, the higher accuracy data, the longer time span that organisations have data sets to cover will differentiate the losers from the winners into the future. All of those examples in Dr. Goh's session rely on data. And I can only repeat his last message to you about what you should do in your own organisations with your data. Curate it, federate it, and keep it. So in my 33-year career, I've worked through these 3.5 approaches to IT. The mainframe era, very centralised, very controlled, very top-down in approach. In some ways, actually quite simple, the mainframe era. The client-server era of the 80s led to a distribution of IT technology, client devices, server devices being distributed more geographically across an organisation. And it introduced new complexities and new problems that led to the next evolution into the mobile and cloud era. In some ways, cloud and mobile computing is like a little bit of a return to a centralized architecture to help solve some of the complexities of client-server. And now the newest approach, the newest frontier for IT is the edge, the intelligent edge, and how the intelligent edge interoperates and cooperates with cloud computing resources. So just to give you a nice story and graphical example of what the intelligent edge is all about, I'd like to run a very short video that does a good job of this. Let's roll the edge video.
A migration of data, an evolution of insights. It's all happening at an unprecedented and accelerating rate along the edge. And the vast majority of this data may never see the data center or the cloud. Compute and connectivity must exist securely at the edge, across many edges, where the action is, where the data is created, where it becomes alive. This data doesn't want to be caged up. It wants to move freely, to flow safely, aware of predators. To sense, to learn, to think, to react. The data works together, enabling faster decisions, actions, and results, right where they need to happen. When true intelligence extends to the edge, that's where insight lives, giving rise to action at the right moment, the right place. HPE is there. Those who are bold enough to join us will be the ones who own the future.
So this concept of the edge and taking technology outside of a traditional data center, it's not new. So don't get too confused about that concept of newness. But the key part about the edge for the mainstream organization is edge technologies, and most importantly, intelligent edge technologies, allow an organization, a business, a government utility to take its business much, much, much closer to its customers. And it allows it to offer customer services and customer experiences that typically just would not be possible in a very centralized, cloud-only or traditional IT-only environment. What the edge truly enables is speed. It enables just-in-time, real-time delivery of what are actionable insights, actions, execution. So the millennial generation today want everything super quickly. They don't like waiting, they don't like queuing, they just expect everything to happen. I open the app on my smartphone and I want to see the latest updates of my friends. I want to see where my friends are. Which coffee shop are they socializing at this morning? Where has my group met after my yoga class, for example? Edge technologies allow processing of data much, much closer to the source, to the creation of the technology, and they allow just-in-time, virtual real-time actions and insights to be made. The great example of this is, where it makes absolute sense is autonomous motor vehicles. If an autonomous motor vehicle has to make a decision, is that a piece of paper on the road or a little puppy dog? Piece of paper or puppy dog? Do I slow down or do I keep driving? That decision has to be made in the car. It has to be made in the car. There's no point sending a request off to a cloud provider on the other side of the world with an image that says there's something object, is it paper or is it a puppy dog? And then 2 seconds later, it comes back and says, it's a puppy dog. Oops, sorry, I thought it was paper. Those sort of real-time insights and actions can only be made when the compute resource is very, very close to the origination of the data. And that's the key point. That's the key requirement of an intelligent edge ecosystem. So at HPE, we are advancing the way that people live and work through 3 dimensions, through 3 axes. Technology, which is, I'm sure, I hope, no surprise to you all. HPE is very, very famously known as a technology company. However, perhaps a little bit less famous is how we can actually help organisations with their people, how we can transform people. And then perhaps less famously, economics. We're not a bank. We are not a financial institution. So let's have a look now at how is HPE advancing the way people live and work through technology, people, and economics. So first of all, technology. We are a famous technology company. Technology is our bread and butter. Technology is why HPE exists. We have a few very simple aspects to technology. First of all is to ignite hybrid cloud technology. Ignite innovation. Give you the best tools and resources for modernising your traditional IT and make your traditional IT behave more like public cloud. We want to help you unleash the data that you have been retaining all of these years. And you just knew that one day all of that data would be valuable, which is why you never deleted it, right? Not because it was too hard to decide what to delete, because you knew one day that data would be valuable. Lastly, we are focusing a huge amount of company resource on the intelligent edge. At our Discover conference in June this year, our CEO, Antonio Neri, announced on stage HPE is investing $4 billion in the intelligent edge. And that just demonstrates how strongly we believe the intelligent edge is the next frontier of IT. It's not cloud, it's not Amazon, it's not Microsoft, it's not Google, it's the intelligent edge. It's technology which allows your business to get closer to your customers faster, with richer experiences and business services and business offerings which make it much, much more difficult for your competition to get closer to your customer. So hybrid cloud innovation, data analytics, artificial intelligence to help you get value out of your data, and intelligent edge investments. They're the core aspects of our technology paradigm, how we are helping customers improve the way they live and work through technology. The next one is people. A little bit, not normally associated with a technology company. But as you embark on digital transformation and as you embark upon modernising your business with technology, what you quickly find is that the people don't want to change. The people are comfortable doing what they have always done the way they always did it. Because people don't like change. People get good at one thing, they get good at one approach, and they like to continue that approach because it worked yesterday, it made me successful yesterday, it made me successful last year. I want to keep doing it that way. Some good examples here are software development. How do software developers develop software with a very high accuracy and high quality, very low defect rates and very high quality? How do they develop software quickly and improve that time to market of new applications? How do we get new apps out to those cell phones, out to our customers quicker without increasing the defect rate? That's a people problem. It's a people problem and a technology problem. So the capabilities of continuous development, continuous integration, what the industry refers to as DevOps, requires a very special kind of infrastructure. The traditional kind of infrastructure that was designed around a single operating system, insert the CD into the CD player to install the operating system, and one day later we have a server, that type of infrastructure does not suit the modern DevOps style of software development. That kind of software development requires a composable infrastructure, an infrastructure that can behave very much like the pantry or your kitchen cupboard at home, where you have some oyster sauce, some soy sauce, some hua hin sauce, brown sauce, and some ingredients in the fridge, and you put together those ingredients just in time to make a stir fry for dinner. That's a composable dinner. You apply that same thinking to your IT infrastructure. How do I put together some server resource, some compute, some memory, some networking, some storage? How do I put that together just in time for a developer to test a new version of his or her application? That's called composable infrastructure. That's one example how we're helping people become more efficient and more productive in digital transformation. We're also helping people with their skills. Through our Point Next advisory services, Point Next consulting capabilities, which are very, very strong in Taiwan, we help people with their skills. We help people to evolve their skills to free up time for innovative ideas. Instead of manually provisioning workloads and servers and storage and networking, our composable infrastructure technology provides the automation to free up time. Approximately 80% of IT cost is spent on operations. That leaves roughly 20% to be spent on innovation, new projects, new ideas. So our aim is to flip that. 20% on operations, 80% on innovation. And you require people with different skill sets, and you require technology with different skill sets to do that. The last one of these three axes is economics. And as I mentioned, HPE is not a bank. We are not a financial institution. But part of HPE is focused on helping you free up locked up assets, locked up capital investment in IT infrastructure. We help you free up that investment in capital infrastructure by converting either today's existing infrastructure or the future's next project into a pay-as-you-go, an on-demand pay what you consume type of approach. which is exactly what happens in public cloud. In public cloud, you don't go and purchase a server and memory and network and petabytes of storage. You pay for a virtual machine per month or a virtual machine per day. You pay for gigabytes per day or per month or whatever. Just like your electricity and your water, you pay on demand. So we're bringing, and we have brought that concept to enterprises from as small as the corner store to as large as the biggest enterprises in Taiwan or this region or any part of the world. And what this does is it helps you to reduce investment risk, because one of the big problems of paying for infrastructure up front is, how much do I purchase? Do I purchase this much? Do I purchase this much? If I purchase this much, is it enough? If I purchase this much, is it too much? Either way, you have to make a balancing decision. How much infrastructure do I purchase? With an on-demand style, it's very flexible. You want more, you just adjust a dial and you get more. You want less, you stop using it and you stop paying for it. Economics can be a very, very powerful tool to help organisations fund their digital transformation projects. So a few examples here of some large customers that we're helping to work with along these axes of technology, people, and economics. Centrepoint Energy is a very large American electricity utility. Actually, this example here could equally be Taoyuan City, just out of Taipei here around the airport. So I'll talk about Taoyuan Smart City. We've recently been working with Taoyuan Smart City on smart lighting, improving the street lighting and improving the efficiency of street lighting to reduce the cost, reduce the downtime, reduce the maintenance on street lights in that particular city precinct around the airport, which is something very, very similar to what we did with Centrepoint Energy in the US. We helped them modernise their electricity grid, which is very much an edge-oriented business, technology distributed all around a city, from street lights to transformers to smart meters. Very, very good use case for intelligent edge technology. Virgin Money, a company that was born wanting to be a differentiated financial institution, and they wanted to be born in the cloud. They wanted to be cloud native. So we actually helped Virgin Money build their business and design their business in the cloud. They did not buy, and they have not purchased, a single HPE server or storage or network device. They're a cloud-based business. So we have helped them design their business in the cloud and make the right decisions about their cloud architecture. Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, I talked about a little bit at the beginning. Lastly, Trustpower in New Zealand, another electricity utility who has a hybrid model between on-premise infrastructure, cloud infrastructure, intelligent edge infrastructure, and they use and they change the mix of public cloud in New Zealand, on-premise infrastructure, for a very, very modern IT solution which allows them to update their applications, offer new services to their customers in a very, very timely and very competitive manner. So technology, people, and economics. That's the three axes how HPE is innovating to improve the way that people live and work. But how are we actually doing this? How are we using technology? I'll just spend the rest of my session here this morning to walk you through some proof points and examples that demonstrate how are we doing this. How are we making hybrid IT simple? How are we innovating with hybrid cloud? And how are we helping you to unleash the power of your data? If I had maybe 2 hours or 3 hours, I could walk through this entire framework here and I could talk to all of these areas. But I don't have the luxury of that time. You do have the luxury to be able to talk to our HPE staff at the booths here, talk to our partner staff as well as having follow-up conversations with your HPE salespeople and our channel partner teams. Because in every single one of these boxes, we have an innovation agenda, we have roadmaps, and we have concrete, raw examples of what we are doing to help make cloud more secure, help make cloud more cost-effective, how to automate IT operations, how to create development frameworks that accelerate time to market, how to design IT with a flexible consumption pattern. I'm just going to focus a little bit now on our software-defined infrastructure. Our software-defined infrastructure, which is the core aspect behind how we make hybrid IT simple. HPE is very, very much a portfolio company. A portfolio company with very, very rich technology heritage. And our portfolio, as was alluded to on the previous slide, covers a huge array of business areas and technology areas. So we are very proudly a portfolio company with many, many solutions to solve many, many problems. Because we support customers from the smallest 5 to 10 person company up to the biggest 50,000, 100,000 person company in all corners of the globe. And to do that support, to provide those huge array of solutions, we require solutions from edge technology to secure cloud and core platforms, software-defined multi-cloud, technology ecosystem partners with industry partners like Intel, for example. We're not just doing this journey, going along this journey by ourselves. Flexible consumption, offering you more agile, more flexible approaches as to how you pay for your IT. There's a huge amount of portfolio here, and I would encourage you to truly understand the full breadth of what HPE has to offer. So the big talk in the software-defined approach, the software-defined infrastructure world, is cloud technology. Cloud technology, whether it's private or public, requires the support of traditional applications, traditional workloads that require bare metal, as well as a huge array of different software technology. Software technology to support virtual machines, containers, single operating systems per bare metal machine, hyper-converged infrastructure, and so on. So our approach here is to support all of these different technologies in an experience that is truly unifying. It can adapt to your needs just in time. It provides a composable and fully programmable approach to IT workloads and applications. Like I mentioned, the example of mixing up a stir fry for dinner just in time for your nightly dinner. We want to help you mix up the ingredients just in time for that new workload, for that new application that you want to deploy this afternoon rather than next month. So our approach here is to provide that cloud-like experience on-premise in your data center. And I'd just like to make a key point about public cloud. Public cloud is not a destination. Public cloud is not a target, or a destination. It's just an experience. Public cloud is simply an experience and a method to pay for IT. Our approach here is to provide that experience and that method on-premise in your own data centers under your control. Our approach here has a software stack that starts with HPE OneView. HPE OneView is our core software stack solution for infrastructure management, for application deployment, for workload provisioning, as well as the complete life cycle of hardware and software management on infrastructure. Our hyper-converged solution, SimpliVity, provides a solution for smaller remote office, branch office companies, or larger companies that have discrete projects that want to have their own infrastructure. Synergy provides a true scale-out on-premise cloud experience to support traditional applications, bare metal workloads, virtualized workloads, container-oriented workloads, and anything that's going to come along in the near future. And finally, OneSphere. OneSphere provides that wrapper for a multi-cloud experience. So let's just have a look a little bit closer now at OneView. OneView is the software, is the secret sauce that helps you implement your recipes. Just like your recipes for your favorite stir fry, for your favorite beef bowl noodle, OneView stores those recipes in its catalog library and allows you to deploy them on the hardware just in time. We now have over 1 million licenses of OneView running around the world, and it's growing, continues to grow incredibly quickly. SimpliVity is our hyper-converged solution. If you're not sure what hyper-converged is, everybody here has an example of hyper-converged in your pocket, or you might be playing with it right now, your smartphone. Your smartphone is a hyper-converged platform for your lifestyle. It combines a huge array of technology into that little platform that you carry around with you. SimpliVity does the same thing for IT. It combines servers, networking, storage, virtualization, replication, disaster recovery, backup, restore. It combines all of that into a single platform that is 100% HPE intellectual property. Synergy is our next major evolution of our very, very famous, very successful blade system technology. Synergy provides a software programmable hardware ecosystem for any workload. Bare metal, virtualized, container-oriented. It works in close partnership with OneView to help you implement and provision your workloads just in time and very, very quickly and very dynamically. OneSphere is our software solution and our approach here to multi-cloud management. Now, we recognize and we respect every customer at some point is going to use and consume public cloud resources. So when you do, we want you to have the best visibility of your on-premise infrastructure, your public cloud infrastructure, how much you're paying for public cloud, how much you're paying for on-premise, and give you the information to make the best decision. What is the best mix for me for public versus private? OneSphere helps you do that. It provides that multi-cloud management framework. But what about the future? What does the future look like? What are some of the technologies that HPE is innovating in to continue to make the world a better place and advance the way we all live and we all work? I've talked a lot about edge, a little bit about cloud. Dr. Goh mentioned the concept of the autonomous data center. So we believe that the data center of the future is very, very different to the data center of today and yesterday. We are applying artificial intelligence technology, AI technology, into the entire data center experience. We want to completely end the concept of a customer experiencing a problem in one part of the world and then having hundreds of other customers in other parts of the world experience the same problem. We believe that if a customer experienced one problem in one part of the world, we should be able to use that knowledge, use that learning to ensure that no other customer experiences that same problem. And you'll learn a lot more about this in one of the sessions this afternoon. Memory-driven computing is the next frontier of IT servers and compute architectures. One of the biggest challenges of today is that data growth is exceeding the ability to process data in a quick enough, a timely enough manner. Now, the architecture that's used today for compute, for all of our servers, was actually born before I was born. I'm a little over 50 years old, and that architecture of today's compute, today's server, was designed before me. So the challenge we have into the future is how are we going to evolve that compute architecture to keep up with data growth, to keep up with the volume of data growing, being born second by second, to be able to process it quick enough to really deliver that value as quickly as organizations need it. And I just have a short video here that explains the concepts of memory-driven computing to help you truly understand. Let's play that video. So that sandbox that you saw mention of in the video, that's available to all customers around the world. If you would like to experiment and play with the next major evolution of compute architectures, let me know. I can help you get connected. So we're not doing this alone. I just want to briefly mention before I wrap up that we're working with industry. We have a major industry consortium here to help us develop what this next major architecture for the compute, for the server, looks like. That's called Gen Z. If you'd like to look more into that, just go and Google Gen Z Consortium and you'll have a little bit more insights into what this looks like. And again, we are not doing this technology innovation just for technology's sake. We're helping to do it to solve real-world problems. One of the first real-world problems that we have significantly contributed to is helping the DZNE Institute in Germany accelerate finding a cure for Alzheimer's. Now, I'm pretty confident that everybody in this room is likely to know one person with Alzheimer's in their life, with your parents, your friend's parents, or somebody. So the ability for technology to help accelerate research to find cures for such degenerative diseases is truly, truly, makes me proud to work for that company, for HPE. Technology, people, and economics. 3 ways, 3 axes that how we at HPE are helping you to advance the way you work and live. Thank you very much for your time. Enjoy the rest of the day, and 谢谢.
Thanks, Paul, for his wonderful speech. 谢谢 Paul 我们带来的精彩分享。各位现场与会嘉宾，接下来是中场休息时间，在我们会场后方以及会场外有13个精彩的解决方案展示，欢迎各位来宾前往参观。另外呢，我们也备有茶点以及饮品，各位来宾可以一边享用。若各位对于目前的议程内容有任何的建议或想法，也欢迎您利用中场休息时间与讲师交流。在各位报到时有拿到一张活动问卷，请您务必将问卷正反面填写完整，于今日会议结束之后缴交至接待处的服务人员，即可获得由 Hewlett Packard Enterprise 所特别制作的精美礼品1个。此外，请于参观解决方案展示时，将您的识别证下方 logo 处对准感应集点机台，并于下午茶歇交流与解决方案展示结束以前，完成13个摊位集点，即可参加今日的抽奖活动。您将有机会可以抽中今天的幸运大奖。最后，请各位余记得在11点10分准时回到会场，感谢各位的配合。Welcome back, HPE Reimagine Summit 2018 Taipei. 欢迎各位现场所有与会嘉宾继续回到我们的活动现场。And now we are going to proceed the third keynote, Digital Transformation in Financial Services, Use Case Sharing. In this part, we have invited Mr. Jason Dan, General Manager, IoT Enterprise Solution Group, Asia Pacific Hewlett Packard Enterprise, to give us the presentation. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause to welcome Mr. Jason Dan.请各位热情掌声欢迎！
各位早上好。
好。
我将会在这个机会里面跟大家分享在数位转型的一些注意在这边的一个想法。所以我们现在是以金融业为基础的一个分享会，可是这个分享会其实对其他行业都有同样的机会可以 apply。首先，我们要了解为什么数码转型最近变得这样重要，变得这样夯。大家都在谈数码转型，对你们各位来说，其实数码转型本身，你们每一天都会跟你的下属、你的上司都在谈。为什么突然间变得这么重要？所以说，我先看整个时代的一个改进。你们注意到，每个企业经过几十年，都会变得一些转变。我们从19世纪看到现在20世纪，以我们的看法，我们经过了4个不同的转型。我们开始的时候是个工业时代，当时大家所要做的就是建一个厂，把它大量化的一个生产过来，为的就是把它成本拉低，把它市场的那个拥有权拿到。到了60年代，大家谈的是国际性、国际化 （globalization）。你要的不是单单说我要建一个厂，我建得很大就足够了，我要的是我的产品能够达到世界的每一个角落。我要在每个世界角落用我的产品可以卖出去。这时候我们注重的就是物流，我能够很好的控制我的物流，我就可以很快的把我产品带去全世界。然后到了20年代，电脑出现了，网际网络也变得很普遍。这个时候就是我们所谓的数据信息时代。任何一个能够掌握信息，能够把它很好的控制管制。它可以把整个市场争取到，你可以更了解世界的整个动态。然而到现在这个时候，我们来的是客户时代，每个人手上有一只电脑、一个手机，这个手机可以让任何一个客户，你的客户可以拿到你的所有的信息。当初厂家的优势能控制信息，已经在客户手上，已经不单单足够说你能够控制信息就可以控制市场。你要的是了解你的客户的需求，现在的客户要的是个人化的服务，这为什么现在数位转型变得更重要了？让我来了解一下我们的客户的转型变得怎样。现在的客户他勇于尝试，你们现有的产品、现有的服务方式，他们已经不满足了。以金融业来看的话，他们已经不去一分行做交易，他们在网上。他们在 social media 里面做交易，他们要的是全方位的服务， 他们要每个时间 anytime, anywhere, any place, any means 做 transaction。你现有的整个架构都必须改变。他们要的是他们的 user experience。这就是为什么整个金融业都必须进行一些改化，来符合这个客户的要求。从客户的转变里面，整个 IT 的架构都必须有一个变化。以往我们说 39、49已经足够了，现在他们要的是24小时的服务，24小时我都可以接受到我的服务。我们谈的是59代表什么？就是说1年里面我只有9个小时的 downtime， 很高的要求。第二点，当我在进行一些新的应用、新的平台的时候，以往的记录就是说，我每个 quarter， 我每半年出一个新的版本，来满足我客户的需求。这已经不足够了。他们说，我现在要新的东西，我不会等一个 quarter， 我不会等1年，我不会等一个月，我要的是每个星期，我要新的版本来达到我的要求。他们要的已经不是功能，他们要的是 experience， 他们要很快的、很容易的应用你的产品。如果以这个角度来看，我们必须进行怎样的改化？第一，我们必须以 user experience 建立在我们的产品的一个 foundation， 我们的整个的前端跟后端的架构，前端跟后端的应用，前端跟后端的整个流程都必须改变。另一点我们必须考量就是说，我们在我们的整个团队里面，可能必须拿出一团比较独立的团队，专门在于建立创新的工作。其实很多我相信我们企业都谈到说，我要建立一个 innovation center， 就是在于建立这个新的尝试。另外一点我们必须考量的就是说，除了我本身的团队，我可以利用外面的团队合作吗？我可以建立一个合作伙伴。我要的是一个生态的一个系统，把他们带进我的服务里面。这样的话，除了我不靠我本身团队，我可以利用我的合作伙伴一起合作，来满足我客户的要求。所以说看得出，新的企业有新的要求。从整个转型里面，我们发现有4个很重要的支柱。第一个，我刚才讲了 ，user experience， 这已经是最重要的一个考量。另外一个，我也知道，整个数位转型里面最重要的 ingredient 就是数据。如果能够很好的掌握这个数据，你可以了解你的客户，你可以了解你的产品和客户的结合，你可以利用这个力量来创新一些新的服务跟产品。另外一个，我也看到我们的客户已经在转变了。你现有的营运模式其实不一定完全满足于他的需求，你可能需要建立新的营运模式。另外一个，我也是知道，不管是 user experience， 不管是在数据的力量，不管是建立新的营运模式，它最大的要求就是你内部的人员必须支持。你要改变他们的文化，你要改变他们的技术，来配合这个转型。所以说，你可以看到，在这个转型的整个过程里面，我们会推出很多新的技术。这些技术其实对你们来说不新了，云计算、IoT、AI、Machine Learning、Chatbot， 这些都是为什么这些产品都是需要来进行这些数位转型。我来谈一个案例好吗？这个是我们在新加坡的一个银行，叫做新展银行。我为什么选它？你可能上面看到，它是亚洲最好的银行，而去年它被选为全世界最成功的数位银行 ，sorry， 英文叫数码银行，中文叫数位，对吧？数位银行，我们来了解它在这个整个转型里面它做了什么。你可以注意到它有3点，它做了3个比较重要的地的。第一个，他们在它的整身的 infrastructure、它的 system、它的整个 application 里面进行了数位化。第二点，他们把它的整个产品的整个建立进行一些改化，它 mindset 改变了。第3个，我们在谈的就是它在员工里面的一些强化跟文化的改变。我们先看第一方面，第一方面在于 它整个的系统的数位化。它花了5年时间解决它本身最 basic 的需求。我待会给它比较详细的谈一下。然后之后的从2015年开始，它就把新的技术带进来 ，AI、IoT、Blockchain 都带进来。我们先不看它整个步骤怎么做，我们先看它在这8年里面达到了什么成果。我们先看它的股价，从2009年到2017年，它股价从7块多增长到24块，增长了28%。它的盈利跟利润呢？你看它的收入增加了86%，盈利增加了121%。或许你在想，这可能不是因为数位转型造成的。我们来跟对比，另外一个在新加坡一个很大银行叫大华银行，叫 UOB。我们先看股价的差别，它股价增加了120%，收入58%，盈利77%。从这8年的差别里面，新展银行比大华银行增加了50%，这肯定是它这些造成的。让我们来了解它整个里程里面包含的什么。首先，我们谈的是个新的顾客体验。如果有机会去到它的网站是 www.dbs.com， 你注意到它整个网站有一个不同的表现。以往当我要买车、卖车，我先去找车行，拿了车做个评估，然后去银行贷款，去保险公司买保险。我卖车也是经过这个整个流程。每个流程里面，我必须跟不同的企业合作。新展行做的是，它建立一个叫 marketplace， 它把全部的合作伙伴拉进来，在同样一个网站里面，你可以从 end to end 的 service 完全可以 fulfill。它不只做卖车、买车，它也做卖屋子、买屋子。对一个客户来说，我现在有几个好处，我不需要再到处找不同的企业。另外一点，我就知道任何一个他的合作伙伴都是有一个 quality， 因为它代表它的新展银行的 branding， 我有这个 confidence。另外，可以了解一下新展银行在他们又利用数据的力量，他们达到什么目标？我们先从这个角度看，2009年，新展银行是全新加坡客户体验最糟的银行。经过利用数据的力量，了解他的 customer 的需求，并推出新的产品，增长他们的客户体验。经过5年的努力，他从最糟的银行，成为全新加坡客户体验最好的银行。这个肯定跟它的数位转型有关联。另外一个我们要了解就是说，他们在 ATM 的这个部分，我们每个人都会去 ATM 拿钱存钱。很多时候我们碰到一个问题，就是说我去了 ATM， 我要拿钱，里面没有钱。所以说，在这个方面，在2010年的时候，他们做一个统计，在这个新展银行里面，它每架提款机，它每个月的交易量差不多是2万笔。然后在每3个月都会碰到一个情形，这 ATM 里面没有足够的钱，客户去拿钱没有钱，所以他经过这个数据分析之后，重新改变它的整个流程。它从他们的 mean time to failure， 我们叫 mean time to failure， 因为是3个月，现在变成55年。讲老实话，这样说，我们这一世人都没机会碰到不够钱的情形。我也谈到一个，就是说整个营运模式的改变。对新一代来说，我们用的是电脑、电话来进行我们的银行交易。我们很少去分行，因为要排队。所以说，这个分行的需求到底重不重要？我们要考量一下。所以新展银行在这边，当他们建立新的分公司在印度跟印尼的时候，他们尝试建立数位银行的一个记录。他们这个数位银行的情形就是说，他们用无纸化跟无分行，你完全没有看到这个银行的存在。 你有的就是用手机 download 它的 app， 然后他们用生物识别辨识来开户口，他们用人工智慧，他们用 machine learning 来做 customer support。你打一个电话，你不是跟人谈话，你是跟机器谈话，它整个服务就不一样了。它有的服务就包括了电子银包、银行账户。他们希望在未来的4年到5年争取800万的客户。对他们来讲 ，time to market 很快，能够很快抓到客户，对他们的好处特别多。现在了解它内部的情形，我们先看右边这个图。当他们在进行这个数位转型的时候，他们首先考量它现有的系统。你会注意到，他们做了每一个很详细的分析。你注意到很多红点，红点代表我必须进行一些改化。经过5年的改化，你注意到，差不多98%的系统必须改化。到这边，98%的改化成功了。他们做了什么？他们做了其中一个就是技术实力的增加，优化他们的数据中心，建设他的 Security Operation Center。其实有一点最重要的，内包 insourcing。DBS 在2009年的时候，它可以说完全 outsource 85%的 IT 工作给厂家。经过这一轮，他们改变了。我们看一下。首先，在人员的投资，他们希望他们的人员以科技为本，建立这个 DNA 在他的团队里面。他们开发很多新型的技术。你可以注意到一点：2009年外包85%，2017年内包85%，完全调动。他把很多重要的工作交给自己本身的工作人员，建立他们的技术。另外一点我们可以看到，就是说他们在整个架构里面建立在云端，他们每一个应用都用云端来进行。当然，他们的云端不是单单 public cloud， 他们所用的 strategy 其实跟 HPE 有相似，就是 hybrid cloud， 用的一些 public， 用一些 private 本身。在 private cloud 里面，他们是我们的客户。另外一点，他们做的就是说，在平台的软体里面，他们进行一些改化。以往他们用的都是 commercial off the shelf， 要给 licensing， 要给 support， 有时候会做 audit， 这些都要花钱。他们从 commercial off the shelf 变成 open source。其中一个例子就是说，他们把 Oracle， 这边应该没有 Oracle 吧？把 Oracle 拿掉，换成 MariaDB。整个价位减少了很多。他们为了要控制 fault tolerance 就是 automation， 然后另外就在硬件里面，他们也同样云端就是分享，你的整个硬体来分享，不同的部门可以一起合作。另外他们考量就是说，他们不要有一个单一的供应商。当他们在2009年外包的时候，就外包了给一个厂商，你们去查是哪一家，我不讲。你注意到他们达到的目标。2017年，它整个数据中心的整个 footprint 减少的75%。对新加坡来说，我们的地很贵，我们电也贵。如果可以减少了75%，我减少了很多成本。以台湾的情形来看，你们最大的问题是电力不足够。如果能够减少这个75%的话，或许这个电力的问题可以解决掉。另外谈了另一个例子，就是一个公司叫做 EXA。EXA 是一个亚洲的保险公司。他们当初的目标是说，我如果能够推出一些新的产品，我可以接受新的一些客户。他所大概的目标就是我们所谓的 Grab Driver。你们这边有 Grab 吗 ？Uber 这些有吗 ？Grab Uber 没有，有吧？有好。所以说有个问题就是说 ，Grab Driver 或者 Uber Driver， 他们很多时候他们是玩票性质，他们不是做一个 full time 的。可是当他要驾这辆车的时候，他必须买保险。当你买保险的时候，你的考量就是说， 你的年龄、你驾车的经验，还有就是说你这辆车的价值。我没有考量到说，因为你是一个玩票性质，或者是你是一个 part time， 你根本是没有同一个时间驾这样多时间的车。所以他就说，为什么我不会推出个新的配套来专看这个市场？他们就跟 Grab 进行一个合作，拿了50万底的那个 Grab 的那个信息进行分析。他们推出一个新的配套，它配套其实很简单，就是说有一个 fix， 有一个 variable。它 fix 就是说，你买这个配套，假设通常的保费是$1000，我只收你70%，就$700。然后你每驾这辆车，每一 kilometer， 我收你6分钱。所以说很多 Grab driver 就签了这个合同。经过这1-2年的实验，他们看得到每个 Grab driver 的保费减少了15%。如果我是 Grab driver， 如果是 Uber driver， 我肯定会选这个 package。他们抓到一个新的市场。另外一个是一个印度银行，他们是希望说，如果能够利用 data 数据进行一些分析，或许在我的行业里面我可以建立比较好的服务。他们很多时候看到自己的客户，他们会推出一些新的产品。他们是希望说，产品我做个 marketing campaign， 我希望能够说找了100个，我能够有10个或者15个人签这个合同。可是他们没有做到，每100个他打去，他只签了1个。他说，如果我能够的话，我可以利用数据了解我的客户，进行一些分析，找到更重要的一些客户来推出。他就用 data 来做进行一个 model。由它的 CRM data、social media data、log file、checkbox， 然后进行一些分析，进行一个 CRM 的 AI。对会议来说，这个整个数位转型的这个里程其实不简单，它包含了很多东西。所以说，我们建立一个我们所谓的一个蓝图，这蓝图包含了几大块。第一块，我们就说的就是在前端。我相信你们刚才听了很多了，就是 Edge Computing。这些我们不只单单要收集 data， 我要分析 data。我能够的话，希望能够在前端做一些决定。我不需要把全部的 data 转去后端，我选择性的把 data 放去后端。另一点，我考量就是说，我在后端这部分，我要建立的是怎样的系统？当然，我这边谈的是 Hybrid IT， 有 Private、Public Cloud 结合起来。从前端跟后端的结合里面，我们谈的是数位平台。我们怎样把前端跟后端的整个系统结合在一起？我们怎样跑出一个很好的 SOP， 让你可以控制整个系统？当然，最不能缺的就是在保安这部分 ，security 是一个很重要的一环。所以你看得出，我们这个蓝图里面包含的从前端到后端的不同的服务。如果你对哪一个兴趣有这个整个蓝图有兴趣的话，你可以 contact 我们的这边的台湾的同事，我们可以更详细的跟你解释跟分析。对我来说，一个企业要进到这个数位平台的时候，数位转变的时候，它有几个比较重要的技术，其中就是在前端的一些科技。我怎样能够很快的把你的数据抓住、分析？做个决定，我怎样能够把整个数据的整个流程很好的secure 起来？我怎样利用 AI 把我现有的技术做得更好？我们现在谈的 AI 其实包含的就是前端跟后端，前端做 inference， 后端做 learning 跟 training。我怎样利用 composable infrastructure？来解决我现有的 compute 的需求。以往的用 virtualization 已经不足够了，你要的是 composability， 你要你的系统能够完全的配合你的 application 的需求。当然，我也要知道技术会继续的转变，我们要的是永久性、持久性的在这边进行新的创新。在这点，我当时相信 Paul 也谈过了，就是大家谈一下，就是说我们在前端一定要一个有智慧型的一个 edge， 不是单单一个 gateway box， 不是单单收集信息，我们要的是它能够做分析，它能够做决定。我们要的是一个很 secure 的 end-to-end 的一个 platform， 这包括前端的我们谈的 Hybrid IT。当然，我们谈到 AI 的时候，我们没办法就忘记有一个 HPC。我们必须有足够的系统。刚才 Dr. 跟我谈的，我们建立的系统，很多时候就是让客户能够很快的进行他的工作。而对我来说 ，AI 不是单单是在背端、后端，它也在前端。我能够把前端的信息跟后端的 learning training 结合在一起。而且现在我们最近在谈的一个比较有兴趣的话题，就是说 AI 的 training 跟 learning 一定要在后端做吗？难道不能在前端做吗？因为其实我在跟很多客户合作的时候，我注意到在很多问题就是说，他们的 data 其实并不可以让我拿出去。如果能够在前端进行一些 AI 的 model 的话，或许这个问题就解决掉。现有的系统已经不再用以前的 configure， 已经是用 software define， 可以很快的进行改变。我也谈到了，会议其实有一整串的技术，可是它不一定会完整的配合你的需求。我们很多合作的伙伴，在我们整个生态系统里面，我们会带进他们进来，跟他们会合作。在这个新的数位转型的这个阶段，整个商业模式都会改变。以往的就是说，你买了硬件，然后你做一个 prediction， 说你这个 peak load 在这边，我就买了这个硬件来满足这个需求，一定不足够的。你要的就是说，我找个厂家，你可以给我需要的硬件，然后你 charge 我的时候是用 utilization， 我用多少你收多少。这就是我们会议最近推出的一个 Green Lake， 它可以完全解决这个商业上的需求。另外一点就是我们在这边的专家，我们在这边有 PointX， 他们可以很容易的把你的整个服务的需求建立一个 blueprint 给你们。这整个蓝图里面最重要的不是在于我们有个技术，我们要的是我们的技术能够达到你的要求 ，outcome is a service。所以这是整个我们的整个的配套。除了现有我们的这些团队现有的技术，我在新加坡的团队有40个工程师，他们可以飞来这边跟你一起合作。这个团队其实已经存在差不多整10年了，从2008年到现在已经差不多整10年。我们把它分成3组，第一组是 IoT， 第二组是 Data， 第3组是 AI。在 IoT 里面，我们建立的服务就是我们可以把你的 sensor 拉进来，放在一个 IoT 的平台，结合 integration， 然后在后端这边，我们可以把你的 data 从 IoT platform 拉出来，建立分析，建立 application， 这我们叫做 southbound 跟 northbound 的 service。当 data 拉进来之后，你下一个要做的就是 data lake， 你现在要的就是一个 IT 的一个 data 的一个 platform， 这些我们都会做。到最后一端就是 AI 这部分。AI 这部分，当你 data 拿进来的时候，其实很多时候你的 data 都是我们叫做 not clean data， 我们必须做很多 data preparation work。就像我的 strategy 就是说 data retention、data curation、data federation， 这在 data preparation 的时候我们都会做的。然后就是我们建立一个 AI model。当然我不会在那边就停了，因为 AI model 其实建立起来，你没有放在系统里面用也没用。我会给你 end-to-end 的 integration， 我会把整个系统的从前端跟后端结合在一起，让你做整个系统的结合。另外一个就是说，我们比较特别，就是说我们用的工具都是 open source， 因为对我来说，其实现有的集团都在考虑用 open source 来做东西。你谈的 Python、R、TensorFlow、Hadoop、Spark， 我们都有技术。如果你们兴趣跟我们合作的话，找我们的 John 老板。当然，我刚刚说了，我们不只单单是以我们本身的技术，我们有我们的合作伙伴。因为对我来说，你们的需求有时候太广了，我们这些合作伙伴可以在很多方面可以解决你的问题。我举一个例子 ，Data Robot 公司在第一行的第3间公司，他们进行的是什么？他们进行的是自动化的机器学习。他可以说：“你把 data 给我，我经过3个步骤， 我就给答案。哪3个步骤 ？Data 丢进我的工具箱里面，跟我说你要跑什么问题 ，Start。1个小时后，你喝了茶回来，答案就出现了，很快的打到答案。另外一个，在旧老做了 Percipient 能够给我用一个叫 Open API 的方式，它可以把现有银行里面的 legacy data 结合起来，然后 publish 出去。这也是一个很好的一个工具。另外一个工具，刚才我提到的就是 MariaDB， 这个替代了星展银行的整个 database 的需求。星展银行用它来代替 Oracle， 减少了很多开销。所以对我们来说，整个数位转型的旅途其实不简单，你会碰到很多不同的问题。我们是希望说，在你的整个里程里面，我们能够跟你一起合作。这整个里程里面包含的，你要谈论的是顾客的经验，你要怎么利用数据来进行一些分析，你要谈的建立一个新的营运模式，你要谈的是一个整个数位躯体的启动的一个组织的改变。这些我们都可以跟你一起合作。就像我刚才说的，在整个技术里面谈了5个技术，我们叫做前端的 H、Security、AI、Composability 跟 Innovation， 这是我们的团队 HPE 可以给你的一些帮助。所以说，希望在不久的将来，我们有机会面对面的谈，看在哪一部分我们可以跟你合作。OK， 谢谢。
Thanks, Jason. 谢谢 Jason 为我们带来的精彩分享。Next, we are going to proceed the fourth keynote, Key Principles of IT Transformation. We have invited Mr. Adesh Gupta, Regional Director, Global Account Sales, Intel Technology Asia Private Limited, to give us the presentation. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause to welcome Mr. Adesh Gupta. 请各位热情掌声欢迎 ，Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning.
Morning.
A very warm welcome to all of you to this wonderful place at the Hewlett Packard Enterprise Reimagine Summit. And on behalf of Intel, again, thank you for taking time from your busy schedule to be here and to listen to HPE and other partners today. What I will be talking to you about in the next 20 minutes or so, just before lunch, right? I don't want to hold back too much, right? I know you guys are all excited as well to the follow-on sessions that will come later in the afternoon. I'll be walking you through what we believe are some of the principles of transformation that is required as you embark on a journey in your organization. In the morning, we heard speakers from HPE. And there were some very interesting nuggets that we derived from the presentations in the morning. And I just want to make sure that as we listen to the speakers, we also understand some of the transformations that each organization has to go through, including Intel, as we embark on a digital transformation journey. I'll be showing you a couple of slides here, but I think the transformation that is happening and the change that is happening is the new normal. And you have multiple data points from different analysts, from your own experience, from us as well, on the changes that are happening in the industry. And some of the data points here, as you see, 50% of the global GDP will be digitized by 2021. In fact, a number of customers are increasingly using technology to disrupt the sectors that they are in as early as possible rather than wait for somebody else to do it. In fact, when you look at transformation, it touches every part of the data center. It's not just about transforming the servers. It's not just about transforming the network. It's not just about transforming the software. You will see that the transformation journey touches different parts, and I'll walk you through some of the principles that we believe is critical for this transformation. And why is it important to transform? Because if you continue to have your existing infrastructure you will notice that there will be challenges in maintaining your operating expense, in maintaining the investments that you do for your legacy infrastructure. And these are some of the data points that we have seen in our conversations with thousands of customers over a period of time. And what we have seen is, if you continue with the legacy infrastructure, and this is a data point that we have, is in 4 years, your performance of servers would lag by 33%, and your maintenance cost would climb to close to 150%. And that is why embracing transformation is key for each of us as we go on this journey. And we notice that in this journey, you cannot compete with old infrastructure. You have to figure out a way to embrace the newer infrastructures that give you better total cost of ownership. And I think in the morning, we saw Paul Haverfield, we saw Jason talk about some of the great products that HPE is bringing together. Talked about synergy for composable infrastructure. We talked about SimpliVity for storage and being able to leverage some of the capabilities with InfoSight software and so on. And it's very important for all of us to understand what the new products are, technologies are, and embrace it in our infrastructure. And when we start looking at, the old, outdated infrastructure, we notice that it takes much, much longer to innovate with old infrastructure. And this is, again, proven time and time again, not just within our own company, but in our conversations with the customers as well. So the bigger question is, as we look at all these different data points, are you ready? Are you as a customer or as a partner, are you ready on this journey for transformation? Right? And what I will want to do is talk through 5 areas what we believe are critical for transformation, right? And I'll walk through 5 key areas. We'll talk about hybrid cloud. We'll talk about the virtual network that is required. We'll talk about future-ready storage that is critical for the data that you have, not just in store, but in flight and in use. We'll talk about why analytics and AI is very important to have in your organization strategy. And finally, putting it all together, I think Jason talked about it as well, and Paul talked about it as well, is having a security framework across all of these infrastructure components that you have in your enterprise. So when we look at hybrid cloud, we know for sure that more and more organizations are already using hybrid cloud, right? They have their applications running not just in their private enterprises, but they have a portion of their applications running on a public cloud as well. And you have a situation today where more and more applications are becoming cloud-aware or cloud-native, and you want to make use of those applications that sit on the cloud. While you do that, and you have data that is generated off the cloud, you want to make sure that the data is secure, and there is a way to bring that data back into your data center so that you are able to gain meaningful insights for that data in your data center. And as you see the data points here, more and more customers, another 60% of customers are planning to deploy hybrid cloud environments in the next 2 years. And if you look at, I think, in the conversation in the morning, you've seen the portfolio of products that HPE has to deliver the best optimized experience for the hybrid cloud. So it's important for all of us to have a strategy for hybrid, right? Making sure that the strategy encompasses not just the infrastructure, but it also encompasses the business. It has a line of sight of the economics that you can deliver for your enterprise. It's very important to understand how you place your workloads, how you place your applications, which applications you want to have on-prem, which applications you want to move to the cloud. And making sure that the data that flows between the applications on the cloud and on-prem, there is a secure way to save the data, as well as a secure way to analyze the data. And more importantly, in a hybrid environment, develop a strategy for accelerating application development within the work that you do in your company. In fact, when we start looking at the strategy that HPE has put in place, we see that hybrid IT has been made simple in the way HPE has brought in products, developed products, created their own IP, whether it's for on-prem or for multi-cloud, and delivering the products and software and solutions to you. And what you see on the screen here are some of the products of HPE that are able to drive and drive meaningful solutions for you to create a hybrid cloud environment. And what we believe is, from our perspective, the Xeon Scalable processor on ProLine Gen 10 servers today are the most optimal infrastructure components that makes hybrid IT simple. The second principle that I would like to advocate is around virtualized network. I think we are all familiar with virtualized servers, but keep in mind that virtualized network is becoming increasingly more and more critical for businesses to look at in their enterprise. And obviously, there's a reason for that. The data traffic continues to grow within your organization, as well as data coming from outside the organization into your company. And it is important for us to make sure that we are not limited by the bandwidth, both for wired communication as well as for wireless communication connected to the external world. So having a strategy for making your network infrastructure agile, secure, and scalable is very important. Virtualizing the network, we have technologies today. We have technologies from HPE. We have technologies that Intel creates, and you see them being delivered through HPE solutions. Make sure that you have the right set of software and capabilities in your enterprise for virtualizing the network. And make sure that the capabilities that you're putting in for network virtualization, it has the intelligence for not just for on-prem, but also for external public cloud. And having a multi-cloud strategy for virtualized network is critical. The third principle that I would like to touch upon is on storage. I think we all know the data continues to grow, right? The data that flows in through your network, you need to have a way to store the data, and not just store the data, but making sure your data, you have an intelligent system that is able to bring the data closer to the compute or closer to the resource where it's getting executed. And being able to have your data in a fashion that is hot, cold, warm, and cold, so that you're able to move the data in a storage infrastructure and dynamically, and not have a way by which you are waiting for data from your storage to be executed by your processor or by your other compute resources. So having a storage strategy for your transformation is extremely important. And when you look at the products from HPE across the portfolio, whether it is with SimpliVity, whether it is with Nimble, whether it is with 3-pass storage, you will see some of the critical intelligence that is getting put inside the infrastructure in order to ensure that you're having the data as close as possible to the CPU in order to execute and derive the results. Right? So to the point about pre-positioning of data is very important that I just alluded to. And then when you start looking at software-defined infrastructure, it's not just about having software-defined on the servers or network, but also having software-defined on the storage. And when you look at the InfoSight software that HPE has today, you will see the capabilities or the intelligence that HPE has put in ensuring that you achieve the maximum benefit of your storage infrastructure in the enterprise. The fourth area for transformation that is critical is around analytics and AI, having an analytics and AI strategy. And I think you saw some examples from Jason earlier, right? Companies are embarking and using analytics for different types of problems that they have in their enterprise, either within the company or solving a business problem or solving an end customer problem. And there are reasons why companies want to use analytics, because they realize that if you use analytics, then they have 5 times more likely to make decisions faster than their competitors. And this is a proven data from analyst resources. Having that strategy, being able to derive meaningful insights from your data early enough gives you the edge over competition. I think Paul in the morning was also alluding to some of the examples that HP has put into place where customers are deriving meaningful insights by incorporating analytics and AI in their strategy. So what we believe is, in order to ensure growth and innovation, having an analytics and AI strategy is critical. And making sure that the strategy is encompassing all the data points or critical points that you have in your enterprise, whether it's from the server to the storage to the network. And being able to analyze the data in such a way that you are able to take actions much faster than before. And from our perspective, Intel is putting together a range of solutions that is able to give you that result that you derive, that you want from analytics or from artificial intelligence. And today with Xeon processor-based solutions, we have the most optimized, cost-effective analytics solution in the marketplace today. There are tools that Intel has put into place, developer tools and libraries that we have put into place, working with different frameworks of AI that gives you an optimized, scalable solution for different use cases that you want to take advantage of in your enterprise. The fifth principle of transformation that I would want to talk about is around security. And, you know, we take security for granted, right? And we don't realize the impact of having a multi-layered security until you are impacted, until somebody hacks into your network or your system breaks down because you did not have a proper security. And we have to keep in mind that security starts from the bottom. You've got to make sure that your infrastructure has a secure piece of hardware that runs your application. And so fundamentally, having technologies like the silicon root of trust, which you have on the ProLiant Gen 10 servers, is very, very critical. If you are able to secure the hardware and the components that you have in your hardware, you're now building a secure software stack on top by having a secure infrastructure. And that is the reason why when you look at the ProLiant Gen 10 hardware with Intel Xeon scalable processor, the silicon root of trust has been incorporated to give you that additional layer of security on the hardware. And we believe that securing your infrastructure is a fundamental direction that most organizations need to go towards. So having a multi-layered security is essential. And like I said, it starts from bottoms up. It's also important to ensure that as the data flows from your server infrastructure into, let's say, multiple VMs that you have running on our infrastructure, as the data flows out to the network into, let's say, an external cloud, you need to make sure that you have technologies that is able to encrypt the data. Sometimes we don't realize this, right? We don't realize that why it is important to encrypt the data. But what we have seen is organizations that don't have a proper security implemented in their infrastructure are more susceptible to attacks in their environment. And not just attacks from the outside, but attacks from the inside, from within the company as well, where employees or some of the other internal resources are able to get into the system to take the data out. And that is the reason why it's important to have the secure encryption for all different points of data flow within your enterprise. And the third one as well is critical is how do you use analytics for better visibility, right? Not just having a secure environment, but having a software or having intelligence that is able to detect beforehand on suspicious activities that are happening. Right? Many organizations tend to have security built in for after the fact, which is once you get hit, you have a way of securing your data. But you need to make sure that you need to have intelligence for suspicious activities that are happening in your network or infrastructure, right? And take action at that point in time and not later. And you have capabilities today. You have capabilities today from HPE where you're able to detect some suspicious activities happening in your infrastructure and maybe things that are happening out of normal. And that analysis helps you create a much better secure environment in your enterprise. So in summary, I talked about these 5 principles that we believe are critical in your digital transformation journey. And all of these 5 principles are intertwined, they are linked together as you start looking at different components in your data center. And like I said before, not just with hybrid IT being made simple by HPE and Intel, we believe that the transformation journey as well that you're on or planning to go on makes it simple with Intel and HPE together. There's work that Intel does significantly with the software ecosystem, a number of software vendors that we work together with. And we make sure that those pieces of software are not just optimized in performance and scale, but they're also tuned for highly secure environments running on HPE hardware. And by bringing this together and creating the collaboration with HPE across all the different elements that is required in the enterprise. The software, the hardware pieces, and making sure that we have a system software and libraries that is properly tuned on the hardware, making sure that the VMs are highly secure running on an HPE platform, making sure that you have partner solutions that are incorporated inside the platform, and finally, making sure that the applications run in a most optimized manner on the platform. So the collaboration that we have with HPE is not new. We have been working together for more than, I think, about 35 years now. And it continues to grow. Our collaboration with HPE is not just on the servers. We have collaborations on the network, on storage. Dr. Go in the morning was talking about some of the future technologies that are expected around FPGAs, future technologies that are expected around quantum computing and neuromorphic computing. There's work that Intel is doing with HPE in that space as well, because we believe that's the area that is expected to become more and more critical for the enterprises moving forward. So with that, thank you so much for listening. And again, on behalf of Intel and HPE, welcome to all of you. Thank you.
Thanks, Adesh, for his wonderful speech. 谢谢 Adesh 为我们带来的精彩分享。各位贵宾，我们今天上午的议程就到此告一段落。接下来是午餐时间，烦请各位贵宾凭今日大会所发放的识别证，依照工作人员的指示，至我们场外进行感应领取餐盒，并且回到原场地来享用午餐。提醒您，在我们午宴期间，饭店人员将会进行会场整理。若您有公务繁忙，想要先行离开的，请您务必填写大会问卷，于离场时交于场外接待处的服务人员。相信您的建议以及指教呢，也是我们 Hewlett Packard Enterprise 每年改进的一个重要依循，感谢您的配合。下午精彩的议程将会在1点整准时开始，将为您剖析更深入的技术发展，精彩内容请您千万不要错过了。那下午的议程表呢，已经在您的识别证的夹层当中，请您记得抽取更换。 另外提醒您，参观我们解决方案展示时，将您的识别证下方 logo 处对准感应集点机台，并于下午茶歇交流与解决方案展示结束以前，完成13个摊位集点，即可参加今天的抽奖活动。您将有机会可以抽中幸运大奖。也特别提醒您哦，我们得奖者必须要亲自领奖，所以请您务必把握这难得的机会，参与全程的活动，不要中途离席喽。那最后呢，也预祝各位用餐愉快，谢谢。